burnout is a serious issue in today's society. HopeGuide.org is an organization where they post things online that enable people to go and read about different problems they may be having and find solutions for them. And HopeGuide.org breaks down burnout as a set of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive or prolonged stress. And this occurs when you feel overwhelmed emotionally or physically drained. And I mean, how does this happen? Burnout happens with overwork. If you're doing the same task day in and day out, late hours, you're not sleeping, you're not getting any rest, and you're just punching the clock in and out. Constant demands. If the demands are always rising and they're just stacking up on you, it's going to feel like you can't quite get back. Inability to succeed. If you're sitting back and you keep trying and trying and trying, and you just can't hit the goal that's put ahead of you, you're going to experience some burnout because you can't do what's being asked of you because it's too lofty of a goal. We can see this in academics quite a bit, actually. We push kids more and more that straight A's that's what's acceptable. And children get yelled at if they do not get straight A's in school, and A's are really, really hard to get. I mean, the grading score, A is excellent, B is good, and C is average, but we tell students they're not allowed to be good or average, they can only be excellent. And this is too much pressure to put on children as they're developing, especially when classes can be under-engaging. When they show up and they have to sit down and they just have to listen to the teacher and take notes, and there's nothing really pulling at them to actually pay attention to class, they're not going to get the knowledge that they need in order to meet these demands. And excessive work. Students are given more and more homework, and it just piles up, and they feel like they can't get it done. I mean, earlier this semester, I had homework that snuck up on me, and I was up until 4 in the morning doing work. I mean, it's just, there's too much at sometimes for students to be able to succeed with the demands put upon them, and they experience some burnout. This also can be seen in the athletic field. Although it's not exactly the same process and ideology, it's pretty similar. I was doing an interview with a former player of the soccer team here at Mount Union, Gizzy Decker, and I was talking to him, and he said he played soccer all through his life, and he really enjoyed it. He thinks it's a great sport. But he said when he got here to college, it turned into a job. And although he was enjoying it, he said a lot of the fun got pulled out of it because it was very demanding. I think he said he had like 7 a.m. lifts where he had to get up early in the morning and then go to class, and then after class he had to go to a practice, and that was the same thing day in and day out. This also happened to me my senior year running track, because we had track practices 7 days a week where we were running every day, either doing an easy run, a workout, or a long run, and we never really caught a break, and this ended in quite a few people getting burned out and just not enjoying the season and not really wanting to give it all they had because they couldn't do it. And this can lead to a wide variety of effects that is put on the body, both mentally and physically. Mentally, this can cause less drive. People aren't going to feel motivated. They aren't going to want to do what they're being asked to do because they feel as though they can't do it or that it is too much. It can increase stress levels. It can really kind of chip away at you, and the anxiety just kind of builds up, and you feel like you can't get away from it, and it's always over your head. And that can cause it to kind of dip out and not want to do any of it anymore. It can cause depression. I mean, if you think about it, if you're constantly being told you need to do something, and you can't hit those goals or those standards, then you're not going to feel like you're worth it. I mean, you can't feel like you get it done. You're going to feel like all you're doing is failing, and it can lead to some serious depression. Bogged down. What I mean by this is like you feel slow. You feel outside of yourself. You don't feel connected, and there is a disconnect when you're burned out. I mean, you're not loving what it is your passion was at the beginning. But it can be corrected, and it can be corrected by doing some pretty simple things. Take time to yourself. I mean, just kind of sit back, watch a movie, go for a walk. If you're at work, get up, go refill your coffee mug, go for a quick lap around the building. Take a couple minutes to put your head down, to meditate, just kind of relax, find your center, and then get back to it. Take days off. There's nothing wrong with a personal day. I've taken a couple since college has started, where I'll wake up and I won't feel up to it. I'll make sure I don't have any things due in my classes, and I'll take a personal day to recover so that the next day I can get up and I can kill it, and I'll do really, really well. Find an outlet, whether this be music or drawing, going for runs, working out. I mean, you need to find an outlet for the stress, because if you don't, you're going to run out, and it's never good when you run out. 3-year planning. Now, what I mean by a 3-year plan, I had my dad explain this to me a couple of years ago when I was getting a little worked up about school. He sat me down and he was talking to me, and he goes, look at what you're doing, think about the grades you're getting, think about the activities you're in. If in 3 years you're not going to look back and go, this was a really pivotal moment in my development, then it really doesn't matter. And by it not mattering, it doesn't mean check out, it doesn't mean quit, it just means let up on yourself. Because, I mean, you're not going to remember what you did on a quiz in math class in 3 years. It really is going to be irrelevant. Thank you.